What's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And today we're taking a look over here at the Bitcoin price chart. We have quite a bit of red throughout the cryptocurrency market, but really the action has been more so over here on Bitcoin these last few days. As you guys may or may not know, I am on vacation right now. I'm actually in Knoxville, Tennessee right now. We're getting ready to leave here and move on to our next destination. But I've been keeping an eye at this from afar, checking on my phone as we've been traveling around the country. We're heading to North Carolina next, but something big did happen with Bitcoin yesterday in which it did break above the 786 Fibonacci retracement. So when we look at the entire fall that happened for Bitcoin from April, May, June, and July, we can see that we've recovered all the way back up to the top Fibonacci retracement level. It did also poke its head above there. So that top retracement level is going to sit there at about 57,150 or so. And obviously we did get above that. Now, the thing that we've been talking about a lot on all of this has been for Bitcoin being in an ABC correction. And well, in order for us to invalidate or, to say, hey, everything is in bullish swing, you take out the top of the B wave. So we haven't gotten there yet. We've cleared all Fibonacci retracement levels. That in itself is absolutely phenomenal. But the last one sitting there is right there just below $60,000. So that's kind of what all the eyes are on for me right now when it comes to Bitcoin. And you can see I've drawn out just an ABC correction over here because that's typically what you see after you reach out that high. I'm not putting my eggs in the basket that something like that is going to happen. I'm not a day trader, I'm a holder. I play the much big market cycles. But a lot of times, what happens in markets is as we get back up to the top end of the range, all the emotions shift, right? When we were at the bottom of the range, what happened? Toxicity, we're going into a bear market. Just admit that this is a bear market. We get back up to the top of the range, everybody feels more comfortable buying again, right? Not comfortable buying at low prices, but comfortable buying at high prices. And that's just not how my mind works. When we get back up near the top, I say, we've gone up a lot. The reality is, anybody who sold the bottom of the Bitcoin swing right here, the price has risen 100%. So most of the move is done. And if you know a lot about me, my expectations are that we're only going to about 72 to 75,000. I have the lowest price targets that are out there for Bitcoin, besides the people who think that we've already topped and we're heading into a bear market, right? My expectation is only like 72 to 73. There's just like 25% remaining left in Bitcoin. So it's not like it's this big breakout thing for me. I'm watching for more so a lot of this money that's here in Bitcoin to start rotating over into the altcoin market. And obviously, you could see the altcoin market is actually pausing today. So it'll be interesting because of the moment that we're at right now, right? We see that Bitcoin's getting right there up to this line that I've got right here, the top of the B wave right in here. And we can see that money actually is not pouring into cryptocurrency right now while Bitcoin is going up. If anything, the price rise that we're seeing happening for Bitcoin at this exact moment is money coming from the altcoin market. And let me show you why. Over the last several days, the price of Bitcoin has risen, but we can see that the total market cap of crypto has not. It has stayed flat to down. So on the bottom end of the range down in here, while the price of Bitcoin has risen. So there has not been a flood of new money into this market. Don't get me wrong. I expect that this will eventually break. But what's happening with Bitcoin right now is not money flowing into the market. It's money coming from the altcoins. It's people FOMOing out of their altcoins into Bitcoin. Or it's stop losses getting triggered on altcoin Bitcoin pairings. These things typically are short lived, where the fear of Bitcoin, the fear of the altcoins versus Bitcoin, that usually isn't forever. It usually is kind of like the last marking that happens before the altcoins really take off, that final capitulation on altcoins right before they take off. So are we there right now? It's hard to tell. We're in such this critical moment right now with Bitcoin. We're going to get the reach up right here above the top of the B leg. And like for me, it's one of these things when I'm doing Elliott waves, people will say, hey, that's celebratory. That means we're breaking out. That means we automatically go to the moon. And it doesn't. It just means we had 5 waves. The 5 waves exceeded above the top of the B wave. And then this thing is free to correct from there. And again, while this thing is like this is all just theoretical wave counts right in here, right? We could even change these waves up a little bit more, and you could say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have an A, B, C. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, while holding on top of this wave right over here. And then we go on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we get ourselves above the top of wave B. And that makes the whole count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a bigger A, B, C comes in. So we don't do Elliott waves too much on this channel because they can get super complicated, especially for people who really have no idea about any of like the basic rules about Elliott waves. But essentially, what I'm trying to simplify it for all of you guys on this channel, what I'm saying is we've had an ABC correction in here. The first bullish sign that we'd like to see is we'd like to see that the top of the B wave gets taken out. So if we can see a $60,000 Bitcoin price, that's super bullish for the whole market. Not necessarily means that Bitcoin's going to go skyrocketing at this exact minute, but it's just bullish for the market from a bigger perspective, a longer time frame perspective. But when we look over here at the total altcoin market cap, I think we're just having a standard little pullback in here. And I don't think this is going to actually last much longer. I would actually suspect that we're kind of near the bottom of this thing. And when I come back over the course of the next couple of days, so excuse the audio in here. I'm using my laptop from a hotel with poor internet and all that stuff. I'm just going to blame the hotel, my editing skills here. But as I get to the next location that I'm at, I do plan on doing a live stream at some point while I'm there. And I expect that when we get there and we have that live stream, these prices, this is going to be pretty close to the depth of how far this pullback will go. And I think we're kind of recording this video right now in the thick of it at the moment right now, but I think we'll actually see this thing recover over here on the altcoin market. And so while we're counting all these Elliott waves over here on Bitcoin and looking for it, my bigger perspective, and so everybody's got their own perspective of what the market is at right now, right? My perspective of Bitcoin is we're up near the top of Bitcoin. There's only 25% more this thing could go. Maybe it'll surprise us and it'll get up to like 85,000 or something like that. When we've looked at historical waves of grand super cycles for Bitcoin, the top is somewhere there between 72, which is a 4.236 Fibonacci extension, so 72,000 to 85,000. So as we're up in here, there's a lot of people who are chasing this stuff, right, to try to double it, right? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for what has happened historically throughout previous market cycles, and that as we get to this moment, this is where the altcoin market is where all the chaos and craziness happens. So we're just trying to keep an eye on Bitcoin, making sure that Bitcoin's looking good. But for the most part, from an investment perspective, I have very little interest in Bitcoin. I'm more so focused on showing that Bitcoin is bullish, even though it's near the top, that it's holding itself, it's not collapsing, and that this is bullish for the altcoin market. So long as the Bitcoin price chart can scream, "Hey, we're bullish," and so long as the Bitcoin price can just kind of chill out up there, that's when the altcoins usually go nuts. And I think we're right there on the verge of that moment. And I suspect we won't see too much more downside action over here in this altcoin market. And it'll be interesting to check in on it in the next day or two. When we do a live stream, I'm going to try to do one from North Carolina. As we can see over here on the altcoin market, that over the last several days, it as well cleared above all Fibonacci retracement levels and cleared above the top of the B wave. So this is just a standard correction, in my opinion. And I don't think we're going to go much deeper than where we're at right now. But if you're looking for the thing that I'm looking for, so the thing that I'll be paying attention to as I'm traveling and as I'm going around doing things around town and stuff like that, is I'm going to be looking for Bitcoin to get here above this line that I've got right here, about 59,580. I just want to see it poke its head up above there. As long as we can poke our head up above there, I'll start letting my guard down. But so long as we're still in the retracement level, so long as we're still below the B leg, I have to remain pretty cautious right here, right? Been bullish the whole way, getting us all the way up. The next phase is really we gotta poke our head above the top of that B wave. Then this thing is free to correct, do whatever it wants to do, and hopefully at that moment if Bitcoin does start correcting, it's already given the signal to the market that it's been an ABC correction. It's already gone above the top of wave B. It's time for the altcoins to start going because Bitcoin's not collapsing on itself. So for the next few days, that's going to be the thing that I'm focusing on over there on Bitcoin, 59,580. Just print a candle above that, and you'll get me hooting and hollering over there on Twitter and in my live stream that, hey, that was a big deal. And we'll dive deep into it at that time to try to figure out where Bitcoin could go next. But otherwise, sorry for the audio in this video, just trying to figure my way out navigating this laptop. This is actually the first video that I've recorded from the laptop. I have done a live stream from it, but this is my first video. This is how things go. You get better as time goes on. But I hope that you all are doing well. I haven't checked in with you in a few days. The next time I check in with you guys, hopefully will be a live stream over there in North Carolina. But otherwise, if you're looking for something to do with good audio quality, of course, you can check out my website over here, which is bcbacker.com. And this is a course that I put together where I deep dive into the previous Bitcoin bull runs, the different altcoin market cycles, tying them all together to show how the cryptocurrency market has worked in the past from an extension perspective and a cycle perspective. I talk about my personal exit plans in here, and I teach you how to set up your own charts and your own indicators within TradingView and CoinTrader Pro. I do also have a market update that I included in here recently on September 30th, right there. That is available to anybody enrolled in the course and anybody who newly enrolls. And you can check out all of this educational content over here on bcbacker.com. You can follow me over here on Twitter at BC Backer. I have been posting over here on Twitter during my trip. So follow me over here on Twitter at BC Backer. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching my channel. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.